Alright then, so I've set this all up. I'm ready to show it off. Welcome to A False Saint and Honest Rogue. Alright, so the last thing he said was, if you want to live, head west. Alright, let's just go with help here. So, use arrows WASD to move. Left and right turn. They do not strafe. Head toward the direction given in the beginning. West. It may take you weeks in-game to escape the wilderness. This game is set in the northern hemisphere. Don't freeze to death, don't starve to death. Some of your experience in the game may appear strange. Do not be alarmed. This is nature freezing to death. Alright, so this is basically a survival roguelike by Jer, or basically the guy who made Golden Crone Hotel. And the idea of this game is that you're basically trying to not freeze to death or starve. That's also good. Now, what's interesting about this game here is that basically we're basically in a third-person view here, but we're basically looking over the shoulder of this guy who basically is always basically facing in the direction he's basically looking. So right now I'm basically looking up this way, but if I basically turn to the right here, notice that basically these trees that were here, they're now over here on this side over here. So basically the idea here is that when you basically turn like this, you do a full 9-degree turn, and it basically makes orientation in this game really interesting. So let's go up here. So I pick up a mushroom. That could be poisonous, that could be beneficial, who knows. Basically there's stuff that's beneficial to eat, some stuff is not beneficial, but whatever. Here's a walk, so this basically tells me the time. So right now it's 3:50. If I go this way, it's now 4 o'clock. You can see basically we're doing this in 10-minute increments here. There's a sleeping bag. That's useful if you want to go to sleep. There's a mushroom. And you pick up a second right boot. Alright, so the thing about this game is that basically you start off naked in this game in the cold. So you're basically looking to try to equip stuff as fast as possible. So we'll put on this second right boot to hopefully help with not freezing to death. Now if I need to, I can basically sleep to skip the night and not get tired. Also because I can't really see here because everything's pitch black. Now note there's a chest over here. Chests are very hard to open because you need to have a key for them, or else you it says you'll need a key for that basically. But anyways, let's just walk through the night here. And as it basically gets to daytime, we we see the sun basically come up. Now I will note that things basically cast a shadow here, so basically the sun is rising. And of course it rises in the east, I guess, so basically you can see the shadow being cast to the west. So there's some birdshot, that's basically for a shotgun ammo, but whatever. There's another chest, basically you need a key for that. Some more birdshot. Alright, so you basically get the basic idea of what's going on here. Now, I'll note that basically in this game, there's several terrain types that to sort of watch out for. Right here is basically some ice, and it's dangerous basically to step on ice. So you want to basically avoid that where possible. That darker blue stuff over there is basically water, and you really want to basically avoid stepping in water, obviously, because if you step in water, there's a good chance you're gonna get very very wet, and that's very bad in the cold. If you look at the bottom right of my heads up display here, you'll see that I basically have core body temperature and satiety. Your core body temperature, you want to basically keep it up, or else you'll start freezing to death. Your satiety, of course, is how hungry you basically get, which is important to keep up as well. And I'll note by the way if I want to sleep stuff. So let's just use a sleeping bag here. So basically I sleep there, helps me not die. here's a transponder. Now, I never really figured out how to use these transponders because they're kind of like interesting because they basically give you the data on where stuff basically is. So basically it says like distance 98, some sort of device to use to manage inventory. Basically it's telling me like, you know, at RF0002, there's basically a sturdy right boot, there's a mushroom somewhere, a carrion flower, a watch. Never really figured out basically how these are supposed to work, but it's supposed to also lead you to stuff, but you know, whatever. There's some stuff over there possibly pick up, so you should always be on the right, you know, on lookup to see if there's anything around you. It might be useful. So there's basically another second right boot. This is worse than what I currently got, so just drop that. Here's some trousers. We'll put those basically on. So use. We use this mitten. Use. Let's see if this mushrooms hurt me or not. So we'll use this mushroom. Ugh, that tastes bitter apparently. So these mushrooms are probably bad. So let's drop these. Maybe this one will be a little bit better. There we go. So the mushroom right there is like, you know, replenished all my satiety right away. That's nice. If I recall, the carrion flower berries are really great for, like, you know, feeding you, so we'll be on the lookout for that type of thing. There's a speckled mushroom. That's probably a bad thing. There's a shotgun. Now, I will note by we can use a shotgun to hunt stuff, so I can use this to load my shotgun. So basically now I've got a loaded shotgun here with like one shell if I want to shoot stuff. Sleeping items don't stack. Make sure you click on this item if you want to sleep in it. Let's just drop this then. Let's just use this. So I sleep again. Sleeping helps preserve your stamina, like your satiety and like your like core body temperature, so it's useful. Now you can see like as we go along here, there's gonna be like effects basically happening in the background. Right now you can see it's basically snowing, so that's basically going to hurt our core body temperature as well as like you know make more difficult places to walk around. I'll note that the biggest killer of you in this game is usually you basically freezing to death because it basically gets harder and harder to do stuff, but you know, that's kind of to be expected. Ooh, here's some bread. Bread's like great for eating, so. Here's a tired shirt. We'll put this basically on to help us like, you know, stay warm. There's a tired baklava. So we can put this basically on right here. And we know this is basically good for us, but let's just try this here. Oh, so that speckled mushroom is good. But here's a wash again, so we can see like what time it is basically with that. There will be more items in this, but you know, you have to find them, I guess. Alright, let's see here. So the sun is basically looking this way, so I guess I got to turn around this way, so let's go this way a little bit. Go this way. I believe the snow basically will get covered if, like, you know, it's snowing, so I have to watch out for that. There's a tired left boot, by the way, so you can put this AC on. Basically helps you out a little bit. Now, note by the way, some of this stuff here has, like, different things here. So, threadbare gets worse when removed. Bulky cannot be layered on top of an item. I'll note that some of the stuff like that says bulky. Basically, you can't put layers of it basically on, and this game will actually let you layer stuff if you want to. So this can't be layered on stuff. These can't be layered on stuff. This can't be layered on anything. But eventually, I'll find like you know some items that can be layered on top of each other, which is like useful. This is useful. So let's get this. So there's another mushroom. I want to basically feed myself. So yeah, note that these are both like the same things here, but you know we can't wear them on top of each other. So we're just gonna drop this, and we'll use the sleeping bag. Okay, so west is that way. We'll just keep going this way then. That bread is tempting to get, but there's always a good chance it'll like you know smash on me to ice. So we'll go here. We'll use this and pick up the bread. I have no idea if I'm going west or not, but, you know, we'll figure it out when I basically wake up again. So we could basically use what's on the ground here, but, you know. Tired leggings. Let's use this. So we'll eat the, you know, the Karen flower berry. We'll pick up this here. That's definitely worse. Let's just drop that. There's a second-rate left boot. We already got ourselves a left boot, so that's actually kind of better than what I currently got. It has, like, you know, well, it's not that much better. It's like, you know, this sort of similar. So let's drop that. We won't worry about this. Now over here, Bob, is like a house structure. I'll note that much like the chest, you need to have keys basically into houses. So unless you have a key, you can't get in here. I'll show you the door of it so you can basically see what it's like. Right, left. We can use that. I got some, you know, some basic like, you know, protection here from the elements, but, you know, not a whole lot. But yeah, note that you need a key basically to get in here. So you need keys for everything. There's a tire left glove here I want to check out, so let's use this. We'll pick this up. That's worse, than let's drop that. Let's just walk around in the dark, why not? I feel I've gone in the wrong direction, so... Yes, so no body up here, you can see a lot of water. That probably indicates that's like the edge of the map. So if I want to like, get out of here alive, I have to go this way. And this will happen a lot. You'll basically get lost, like, you know, wandering around, because, like, you know, you can turn around, of course, like, you know, everything looks the same in this game, right? So it's very easy to get turn around when you're not, like, you know, thinking about it. Ooh, these are the same thing right here. So we got Pakrava and we got this thing right here. We'll drop this. I'll put this basically on. And again, some of these items are basically very similar, but this does have the advantage of not being threadbare. I'll note that threadbare items, when you basically, like, you know, take them off, they basically get worse. So this I can, like, take off and on if I want to, so that's beneficial. So there's a bit of tire trousers again. These are threadbare, so let's just drop them. So I found our tire shirt here. It's, again, whatever. Pick up these mushrooms, that's fine, we'll just use it. And we found ourselves in our wash, so I'll go in a dark wash. There's a Terrorite glove again. And let's drop that. And you can tell that it's getting very blizzardy out at this point, so, you know, the weather does get worse as you go along here. Now, I'll note that eventually if you get to, like, these situations where all you can see ahead of you is just a lot of ice. I'm not sure if this is, like, just a, you know, something that basically happens, like, all the time, but, you know, basically there's, like, a lot of, like, you know, ice basically ahead of me here. And I should be okay because, like, you know, the temperature is like -6, so this ice shouldn't break under me at this point because, like, you know, it's -13, -15. If it breaks under you, you get to see what happens when, like, you know. It's nice to finally get out of the cold, apparently. Alright, interesting. Note, by the way, if, like, you know, you see something that's like this, and you see a corporate temperature like this, and the negative temperature is like this, we're starting to freeze to death, by the way, so we're actually no longer able to feel the cold, which is not useful. Maybe it's not so cold. You actually feel hot. So yes, my sanity's starting to, like, you know. Oh, all right. So sometimes when you, like, you know, as I said, you step on the ice, there's a chance to basically go through it. So basically, at this point, we're now dead, because whenever you're wearing like everything like this, if I basically just throw up all this right now, we're basically exposed to all the cold here, so we're freezing to death. And you can't really tell, but all right. Well, basically, like, you know, here's like a map of basically like where we basically were. So you died of hypothermia. You were 383 meters from escaping. Your closest was 383 meters. So I'll note basically start over here, and we had to basically travel all the way over here to basically escape. So, and you see we actually got, like, you know, lost and came up here in north for a little bit. So this is like one of the things about this game, by the way. Like, the game has to be very, very big. So sometimes, like, you know, you have to go like all the way over here to, like, you know, get out of here. But, you know, whatever. That's basically it for this game. You can press Y for new game, so let's do that. And you basically just try again for the most part. I should probably note, by you always start on a parachute like this, because I guess you parachute into like this area. So a recently open parachute could be used as a makeshift sleeping bag. Sleeping bags don't stack, so honestly this is very heavy to basically carry around, but you know, let's grab this. We'll put this basically on. Playing again basically gives me a chance basically to find some, you know, different, like, you know, stuff basically around this time that, you know, I could basically, like, you know, show off like the stacking ability of, like, you know, items. So that'd be cool. There's another mushroom again. Honestly, I should just avoid the mushrooms because they don't really help me that much. Boop. You sleep. You're not tired enough to sleep apparently, so whatever. So I'm apparently being told to go north. So this is west, so that's north down this way. So I got turned around again, but that's fine. We're gonna just go get these, like, you know, tire trousers here. We'll put them basically on. And we got ourselves a tire right sock. So why is a tire right sock bulky? That seems a little bit wrong, but whatever. So your clothes are already wearing prevent further layering, but you know, basically there's a layering mechanic that I basically said. And no music was basically included in this game, so I have to reset my microphone. But you know, I'll note that one of the things about this game is that, like, you know, you can basically layer stuff. And if I find, like, you know, some socks that can actually layer on top of each other, I guess I will. So let's go this way. Crack. We got the tire left boot. Put that back basically on. Really, I should just, like, you know, rest at this point before I walk into water. Alright, I sleep. Versailles is basically starting to go down, so let's use one of these, like, you know, carrion berries right here. There's a sleeping bag over there I want to basically pick up, so there's another carrion flowerberry. There's a left mitten again, so drop this, we'll put this on. There's a tire right sock. Why are the socks being called bulky of all things? I have no idea. Let's just drop that. We'll go back this way a little bit to find that sleeping bag. Excellent, there's a... Let's drop this, that, like, reduces my weight a little bit. Ooh! That's something I want to basically get, that's a compass. There's a parka. So that gives me wind resistance, that's excellent. Let's put this basically on. So that'll basically help me when a blizzard basically breaks out again. So this is a compass. So basically the compass lets you see, like, you know, where you're basically going. You can't really see in the dark though, so kind of obvious this when I'm trying to, like, you know, do stuff in the dark, but whatever. Alright, so basically I'm going south at this point. That means I want to go this way. Well, actually, I've been going the wrong direction this entire time. If I die, basically you'll see that you know, all of a sudden, hey, I was going the wrong direction the entire time. Stupid Davian. This is drop, pick up. That took time, I know, but you know. Hey, here's a key. So if you find like a locked chest or something, I'm gonna show off what the key's basically all about. There's our sleeping bag. There's a, you know, something else as well. So north. There's a tiled left mitten. We already have the left mitten, so drop and use. This is a big house, I think. No, it's just two houses next to each other. And yeah, I'll note that like this is something to note, by the way. You have to, you know, check what's basically in these like places. So I could go into these places to like escape the elements, but that's not really stuff I need to do. So we'll try and find like, you know, something better than that house basically to go into, or a chest. Hey, here's a shotgun. Now if I find some birdshot, I can shoot something. There is like rabbits and stuff in this game that you can basically find. I've yet to find them, but you know they exist. I guess I can carry that for now. It's not really hurting me. I'm starving. So yes, here's where like, you know, starving basically comes an issue. Wouldn't be fine if I starved to death instead of like, you know, died some other way. Drop. Let's get this out of the way. Boop. There we go. We'll eat that. There's a tiled left glove. So, mittens and gloves. Let's drop that. There's a tiled left boot. Right boot, left boot. Oh, that's worse. Now let's keep it for now, why not? But it does not kill me, it makes me stronger. Alright, good, that helped me. So, speckled mushrooms are probably good for us. That's fine, we'll just grab this. I'm going the wrong way again. So we'll go this way. Oh, that's something I've probably picked up already. There's a mushroom. There's a second-rate parka again, so I guess we'll keep that. There's a second-rate left boot again. I realize this one's threadbare, but you know, well, this one isn't threadbare. Did I drop the right boot? I'm not really sure. We'll use this. There's some birdshot. More birdshot if we need it. Let's do this. I've been here this well already. Yeah, I can see like, you know, the snow's being like, you know, covering my steps here. So my steps are getting like, you know, buried in the snow, I guess. Bread. Carrot flour. Key. Alright, so this is a gimme over here. There's absolutely no reason not to use this place. There's a flashlight. Boop. I can see, sort of. There's a balaclava. So we can just open this door so we can use the key. There's another key. Now, the nice thing about being indoors, by the way, is that, like, you know, your temperature actually goes up in here for obvious reasons because, like, you know, you're out of the cold. It's like, you know, eat this. Let's just back up. And, oh, my temperature's still going down here. Well, I guess you don't, like, you know, it's like just automatically not, like, freezing here, so that's a thing, but whatever. Oh, so that tastes bitter, apparently, so I guess the speckled mushrooms just have a chance of, like, you know, causing you, like, you know, issues. So watch out for that. We already have enough birdshot here, so... Oh yeah, because I have a flashlight, I can actually see, like, you know, my compass, so... We no longer get a question mark at night. There's birdshot here. Second rate left mitten here. This is, worse on wind resistance, but better on water resistance and cold resistance, so... it's not much better, so let's just drop it. Let's use the sleeping bag at this point. We'll heal up, you know, well, not heal up, but, you know, try and preserve our ability to do stuff. There's a tire balaclava again. Drop. Have I gone the wrong way? I'm not really sure. And it's starting to get, like, you know, cold basically again, but whatever. And it looks like I'm starting to freeze to death, because that's always fun. So yeah, as, like, you get, like, you know, colder, you notice that basically, like, the, you know, you get these, like, checkered, like, you know, patterns on the ground, because you can't really tell what's ice and what's not ice anymore. So, this could be ice over here, I'm not really sure. Crack. Crack, so I just went over ice there. You feel confused. I pick up a right ordinary boot. Oh yeah, by the way, if you get, like, confused, you can't tell what's you're, like, you know, wearing or not, so... Let's get this. There's an ornate baklava, so that's very much, you know... Hey, Slim, so, can be layered on top of this item. So, basically you have, like, a Slim item like this, you can pick it up, and basically can wear, like, both these items at the same time. That's what basically, like, you know, you get, like, Slim, and, like, you know, that's what Slim's basically all about. So I got my first Slim item basically to show off. That's awesome. Let's just sleep in here a little bit. I kind of wish there's, like, more ways to, like, manage, like, your heat in this one, I guess, but, you know... Oh well. I guess, like, even with the flashlight, we can't tell where north is now, so... We are freezing to death. And I guess the compass is no longer helping me. Use! Stuck in my trousers here, apparently. So, these are bulky. And I can't actually tell if, like, you know, this is worse or not, so that's a thing. Okay, so I am going north, by the way, so... That's useful. But note that basically I can't tell if I'm, like, you know... Going on, like, ice or not, because I'm so cold. Crack. Crunch. Crack. Really, at this point, I should just like drop anything like this, and we'll pick up this and see if it's like, you know. Oh, I'm not wearing my thing on. That hurt my hurt me a little bit. So that's all obviously bulky. Yes, I'm slowly freezing to death here. Oh, I died of hypothermia. So basically, I went splashing into the water and I died. And yeah, basically, I got lost again. I think I'm not really sure if I was moving north there or not. I think I was moving north, but you know, that's the thing about this game. By the way, it takes a long time to get out of here. But you know, whatever. I thought this was like a really good game to basically show off because it's basically, as I said, it's like, you know, a non-combat like type of roguelike right here. It's all about survival. And in many ways, like, you know, compared to like Rogue Station, I actually like this game a lot more because, like, you know, it's a lot more like, you know, believable that you can actually win. Though at the same time, like, you know, it's very difficult to still, like, you know, get out, like, you know, of the map basically because you have, you know, so far to go. But oh well. That was basically a false Saint and Honest Road by Jer. He basically submitted this game in 2013, and you know, it's one of those games that you actually could, like, you know, play yourself if you want to, quite easily, because it's basically in your browser and all that stuff. So let's turn that off. I don't like to have it on anyways. That's it for this one. Take care.